Hey everyone, how is everyone's day doing? We're doing the thing you all have asked. Finally doing it. We're gonna scan the fish. We're gonna scan the fish and got a couple of different toys to play with. One at 2,400, one at 25,000, and we're just gonna send it and see how the scan of the fish goes. I need to do the social media post because I'm behind, as always. I do want to print some stuff with the Core 1, so before we get too deep into scanning, what do you guys want to print on the Core 1 while we're doing it? By the way, it's so damp in here that there is actual condensation inside of the poly dryer. Actual condensation here. Let me show you. That's how damp it is. You can literally see the condensation. So, yeah, fun times. You know, that's just how it is here in Florida. It is so damp. But yes, as Mike says, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all those things. We've got the infamous fish. We've got the Artex Spider. We have in the case the Matter and Form 3. You guys have seen the 3 on the channel recently when we just tested it and found that it can actually pick up the thickness of toner on a piece of paper, which is ridiculous. And at like $2,400, that's a spicy meatball of a scanner for the money. This is the Artex Spider. This is technically the OG Spider. There's a Space Spider that is blue, where mine is gray, and then now we have the Spider 2. The Spider 2 does up to 30 FPS. This one only does 8. So the Spider and the Space Spider only did 8. The big difference between the Spider and the Space Spider is not much. There's actually really not that much of a difference. Logic Number asks, or Logic No asks, why is the fish infamous? Great question. Great question. I don't have that answer. We are also running some new hardware here on the set, so that's going to be a little bit fun. We're going to see how everything handles this brand new hardware. Taras is asking if I have a cauliflower. Not out here. I think I do. But I can promise you that I don't have one out here on the set. Another thing I need to look for is my stats. Yeah, I've got some encoding lag right now. Whatever. All right. I say we dive into this. If you guys can think of something that you want printed on the Core 1 while we're scanning, let me know, and we'll get the slicer here started up. We'll get the Core 1 running. What do you want to see first? Do we want to do the Matter and Form 3? Or do you want to see the Artex Spider? Now, I don't know how either scanner is going to handle the actual fish itself. So the fish is somewhat shiny. Let me show you on the top down here. Actually, here you can get a few different looks at it, and if we, use our zoom here, you can see the fish has some shine to it, which is going to present a problem for scanning. To be clear, this will present a problem for scanning. Do we need to spray the fish? We don't know yet. We actually don't know if we're going to need to spray the fish, how that's going to look, or anything like that. So if we do have to spray the fish for whatever reason, the texture won't look great. But my hope is that we can get a good enough texture that we can send this to Joel to have him print this out on his Mamaki. Now, we have a full color printer here as well. It's I'd like to sell it. It's not operational at the moment. I don't want to sell it. Or I don't want to use it. I want to sell it. Anyways, fish. This is a mackerel. It's a dried mackerel. They're hand-painted in Japan. And Prusa now sells them on their website for like $100. Who the frig? You guys can't see that phone number, can you? Great, you can't. I'm getting a phone call from a number that I don't know. Yes, as Max H says, holy mackerel. So, do we want to do... I say we do the spider first. It's the easiest scanner to set up and scan with, and it's going to be the pickiest out of the two. So, I'm going to put the Matter-Inform 3 on the ground here. I really do like this case, Matter-Inform. You outdid yourself on the case there. That is super nice. I do really like it. The nice thing about the spider is there's really not a lot of BS required to do it. So let's bring you guys... No? Oh, that's top down with webcam. Huh, Grant, you got to be able to read here, kid. And don't forget, these streams are brought to you completely ad-free. That's still not the right one. Where's the one I'm looking for? There. These streams are brought to you ad-free, so if you do want to support the channel, you can do so by making a donation, joining Patreon, PayPal, YouTube channel members, whatever does suit your fancy. We're going to be here scanning the fish. So this is Artec Studio. This is the software that you use for the Artec scanners. Yes, the scanner technically needs to warm up. It's fine. It just won't be as accurate. This is still going to be more accurate than pretty much any consumer-based 3D scanner on the market. And it better be, because its price point is very, very expensive. So we're going to go ahead and get this rolling here. The only bummer is all these freaking cables. So here, why don't we, since you guys probably don't care too much. There. Huh? Better? We like that, don't we? That's a better view, isn't it? I think that's a better view. Voshta asks, have I seen the prototype corn MMU in Prague? Did you read it? It's not a... It was someone screwing around. It's not... Yeah. It's not official. It was someone screwing around. More better. All right, we like this one more better. All right. So I got to make sure this thing is rolling here, which it is. Find the fish. I can see the fish. Actually, looks like we'll be able to pick up the whole fish. Sweet. Now, note, I'm going to run this computer as physically hard as I possibly can. And we are also going to turn up the sensitivity. More data, more better. F it. Go to 11. Why not? All right. Now we can start scanning. So this is just the preview that you guys are seeing. And oh yeah, you know, if you've got issues with flashing light, you should know better at this point. And yes, praise the holy mackerel. So this is capturing texture detail, but we are live generating a 3D model as we're scanning. So the software is actually live creating a 3D model here. Why are you stuck on my shirt? Get off my shirt. Thank you. And we can see that even though 8 FPS is kind of slow as far as scanners go, you're not really losing a whole lot here. Need to get closer. Wants me to be closer. And I am using the scanner upside down currently, so it might not like that. I'm going to come around to the front. Nice and flat here. And again, this scanner, the software for it costs more than most 3D scanners cost. The software for this scanner is $1,700 a year. And the scanner itself, oh, we just lost tracking. And the scanner itself is pretty pricey in and of itself. think I'm a little close. Yeah, I'm a little close. That's why it's angry. Yeah, the scanner's about 25 grand. All right. That is likely more than adequate. In between scans with the spider, I unplug it because otherwise it builds up heat. There is no fan inside of this, which is interesting. It's a very, very complicated system. I see Bearded Printers in here dropping some awesome memberships. Duff's got one, Logic's got one, The Reverend, Michael Weldon, Winging It NB is getting one as well. And so, for reference, there is over an hour of behind-the-scenes content that I will be releasing to you guys probably this evening, where I took the Core 1 outside last night in the middle of the night to get some B-roll shots for a video. And it was so humid out there, I actually had to stop doing the filming because everything was condensing. Like, you know when it's cold and you breathe and you get the cloud? It was so humid it was doing that. So, fun times. I missed a couple of questions. Let me get those questions and we can determine what's going on. This is one of the many times where I have to ask why when watching a maker do something, followed by because I can as an answer. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Vocha, I have not seen it. I have not seen it. Sorry. I thought you were asking if I'd seen, like, you know, part of it or whatever. No. Actually says, does it stop working if you don't pay the annual cost, or do you just stop getting updates? It stops working completely. You can buy it outright, but you don't get software updates when you buy it outright. So you'll buy it outright at whatever version it is at. All right, I don't like... We missed a lot of the backside of the fish, so I'm just going to flip it around here, and we're going to add to the scan. We do have a pretty high error. We're going to take care of that in a second. On the screen, it's showing me 1.9 millimeters of known, calibrated, and certified error, which is always an interesting thing. And again, we are kind of pushing the limits for what most scanners will do. Just going to scan the back side of the fish here. And the hope is that even though I have turned it, that the color detail will allow us, the texture detail will allow it to actually align properly. So I'm only getting the top side of the fish right now, so that when we go to align it, it's got a lot more geometry for it to try to align with. Okay. Simple, simple. Again, we went very fast on those, so, you know, not too crazy. Now what we're going to do, and here, if you want to see the actual, like, that's the raw data that the scanner got, but because we were processing a 3D model during the scan, those are the actual 3D models. Now, we're going to go through and process this. This is where Artec tends to kind of wipe the floor with most people. It is, well, it's this. We're going to do no filling, geometry's good, quality's good, object size is small, model resolution auto is fine, polygon count auto is fine, and that's pretty much it. All I got to do, I'm just going to completely go past the eraser, and everything happens automatically. Scott is asking, did I compare the Core 1 to the X1C regarding print quality? Not yet. It has not... Ooh, it did not align well for us. Oh, okay, I see what it did. Okay, I see what it did. I do want to quit autopilot. All right, I'm going to actually have to do some real editing to these. Boo hiss. Boo freaking hiss. We're going to have to do... Whoop. What the hell did I just do? Oh! Ha ha ha! The software just crashed. Love that. Love when that happens. Oh, and I don't want 18 to open. I want 19 to open. Don't you just love it when your software crashes? Everyone loves when software crashes, right? We don't want it in 18, though. I'm hoping that 19 will come up as well. DJ LSD said, thanks, the Mark IV Harbo was 1+1 to get, but the fish of the corner one, it's a good fridge mag. Does not, unfortunately, come with the machine. All right, so it looks like 18. Stop it. I'm going to recover the file. And then I'm just going to save the project so I have it. Artex scans. New folder. Fish. And it's going to go into the fish folder. Fish spider. And then we'll be able to do it. So Bearded Printer is asking the right question of, did it crash because of lack of resources? I don't actually know the answer. The software often just crashes because it's angry. From what we can tell, there's no specific reason why it gets upset. It just does. And I agree, actually, for $1,700 a year, it shouldn't crash, but it does. And there's nothing I can do about it. So at least we're good now. We've got everything open. We can do our quick little edits here. What we basically need to do is we need to remove the base. So I can just do base selection, grab a area with the mouse. Oh, don't you crash on me again. You're not out of resources, are you? Absolutely not. You're doing just fine. Okay, for the most part, I don't like that. We'll do cutoff plane instead. Cutoff plane will give us just a straight plane. We can start erasing that. And so the goal here is we want to get all that superfluous detail out of the model. Because what was happening when we were going to align everything is that it was aligning to the actual squares of the mat rather than aligning to the geometry of the fish itself, which obviously doesn't work well for us. And yes, this looks like a rough scan. This is a very, very common for an unfinished scan. Okay, so this is normal. This is totally normal. Uh-oh. Don't do it. Okay, it's doing that same thing where it wants to pick up so much of that thing. All right, let's do object selection. I think it's one object now. It is. Yeah, so the scan, not amazingly aligned right now. Let's just do lasso selection. So Artec is a software company that happens to make hardware. Most 3D scanner companies are the exact opposite. Matter and Form is probably the only other company that I know of that actually has, in my opinion, like decent software. All right, let's fish 2. Let's see if we can take the base out of fish 1 or fish, yeah. See, that one worked great. That one just picked up everything that I don't want. I can just hit erase, and now I can go to the autopilot. Makes my life so much easier. Gonna select all the models. Next. We're not gonna fill any holes right now. It is a small object. Next. We erased pretty much everything that we need to erase, so we're okay. And we'll hit auto align, and we'll see if it works for us. There it goes. That's what I was hoping for. All right, so we have it aligned. It looks good enough. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. And then now we just wait. Now the entire, well, poor scan quality. Oh, boo hiss. All right. I'm going to cheat. You know what? Yeah, we'll do it real quick. One more time. Select all. Next. Scan geometry, bad. Scan quality, bad. Small, fine. Let's see if you're gonna like it. They're already aligned, so you shouldn't have to worry about that too much. It's the fun problem when you're doing really, really high detail scanning. We might end up rescanning it and just dropping the resolution of the scanner lower so that we don't have any issues, but yeah, it doesn't like it. All right, fine. I can do this manually because I know what I'm doing. So all auto is going to do is go through every one of these steps on its own and choose automatic things that it thinks is best. Clearly, I don't agree with it. I believe that I can do better. So we're going to do an outlier removal, and you can see it is eating every single core that we have. It is very energy efficient resource-wise. Like, it's not... I only have 32 gigs of RAM, and it's not eating a bunch of RAM. It is using both the iGPU and the 4070 in this laptop. So, it's actually doing a decent job. And it's fast. It's fast. Max says, Grant equals, I'm a professional. Yeah, like for the most part. Scott says, you can order the fish directly from a store in Japan for less than on Prusa's store. Yes, yes, of course you can. Like, yeah. I'm not surprised by that at all. Sergio says, would it be better if it was held vertically so you could scan all the way around it at once? Yes. Yeah, so you would want to hold it somewhat like that or maybe, you know, kind of support it. But the tail is really thin, and I worry about the tail breaking. Even though the whole fish is flexible, right? It's still like a rubbery substance. So I don't want it to crack or break on me. And the bottom of it has no detail. It's just basically flat with some magnet holes in it. And we can do that in post. Baloo says, how do we feel about scanning an object like that and publishing it? Yeah, so... There's your detail quality, by the way. There is obviously some feelings about this because I don't own this. And effectively what we're doing is we're copying it and we're giving it away to people. I don't like that. Right? But this was requested by enough people. We're going to do it. We're going to put a non-commercial license on it. We're going to, you know, open source it. Stefan already did it. I don't know what scanner he used, and he did it very fast. We took our time. We're going to go to mesh optimization. Oh, no. The stream's down. Don't do that, internet. Dang it, internet. Come on back. Thank you. Freaking Spectrum. Guess I gotta call Spectrum when we're done streaming, huh? The laptop is not what's running the stream. No, it's a completely separate computer. Would love to not use Spectrum. Yeah, I don't have an option. Let me see if I want to reduce... I was going to see if I could reduce how many frames per second, but I can't while we're streaming. So, sorry, y'all. All right, we're just going to keep rolling through. We're now going to go to mesh optimization. Oh, yeah, it's getting pretty rough here. Want me to call him? You can if you want. It's not going to do anything. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove... We're going to do the mesh optimization, which we can... remove small objects, we can heal bad polygons, and we can do mesh simplification, which we are not going to do. We're going to leave this thing at its full resolution of, let's see. What? Oh, that's not even all that many polygons. So the second scan was 3.8 million. The first scan was 8.8 million. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to run it. Optimize our mesh here. MLV says, still can't believe how bad USA infrastructure is compared to Europe. Like I can get stable gigabit down, 300 up here for like 25 USD. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. All right, we got that done. We'll do a smoothing pass, 1 or 2. And other than grabbing these little areas here, which should be pretty simple for us to do, we can do a lasso selection, come through, and that should allow us to erase it. I'm pretty happy with that. That got rid of all the extra stuff. Now we can look at fixing the holes. There's going to be one really big hole, which is the bottom of the actual part itself. We're going to go flat on that, fill the hole, and it should fill pretty much automatically. And it did. You can see the bottom of the fish is nice and smooth. All the other holes, we're going to fill smooth, fill them, click apply. Now we can go to texture, use the Smart Fusion. Great. And we'll be done. I can turn here. Let me all right. We'll see if this is any better. We're now streaming at 30 FPS instead of 60. It's the only thing that I can do that will hopefully try and fix it. Again, if you guys are upset at Spectrum, you can call them. You can call Spectrum and tell them to, do things. MLV with the €2 saying 1/150th of a Starlink donation goal. Okay, so we talked about Starlink before. Starlink is just not possible. Its latency is just too high. My bit rate is 6,000 kilobits per second. So, yeah, and we have a local monopoly. So, all right, let's take a look at the fish with all of that detail on there. We can see it attempted to in-paint the texture. I got to come back through, mess with that a little bit. Overall, I'm very happy with that being a literal sub 2 minute actual bit of, work here. Cars man, you should know better than to use that kind of language. Don't do that. Thank you. Y'all keep your politics out of the friggin' comment section. All right. We got that done. Real simple. I like the output. We could sit here and we could clean it up, and I will. But I think it's really nice for us to see it. Now, the thing that you do when you want to take a look at detail on a scan is you remove the texture detail, because texture will hide a lot of BS. Let me show you guys with a little bit more detail here what I'm looking at. So we can see really good capture of all of its fishy goodness. Lots of good geometry detail. We can also go back to here. Now, the other thing we want to look at is if we take a look at our error, here we have all these errors. So technically, I can just come in here and I hit the wrong, I'm using the wrong keyboard. I need an adult. We can just grab all these bad frames and just delete them. Like, it's that simple. And if you want a higher resolution scan, just come in here, take that data, and delete it. Now I have a 0.4 millimeter. And this is guaranteed accurate scans. So this is part of what Artec does. In fact, I'm gonna go all the way there, delete that. There you go. We now have something that is 0.4 millimeter accurate minimum. Or, yes, minimum. Spectrum is actually protecting your bamboo printers by cutting the internet. Well, good thing I don't put that online. Mind you, that is not that good for this scanner. If I let the scanner come to temperature, it would do better. And now, actually, if I go back into tools, I can re-register this entire model and get a better overall model. It's a really cool system. So registration, we can come in here and do global, rough serial, fine, and photo. So we see when we went to register it again, we got 2 more frames with errors in them. And in fact, I could delete all of those and take us to a 0.3 millimeter accuracy. We're going to go ahead and run registration one more time. Oh, right. It wants to go to that. All right, I can run registration again here. We'll see what she looks like. All right, now we're going to go to fine registration using geometry and texture. We'll do that again. And we can see that we have 2 HD frames that are angry. Okay, goodbye, Mr. Bond. No problems. Same deal here. We've got more errors. Again, no big deal. Goodbye, Mr. Bond. And that will leave us, theoretically, with a cleaner overall model. And then let's go back to global. We can focus on geometry, and we can hit it again. Here, I'll bring you guys back to the main with the laptop being tiny. But yes, this is the part of 3D scanning that is actually expensive. Oh, there it goes again. Internet sucks. The actual scanner itself, the hardware in it, is not all that crazy. It's not. You can go get consumer-grade scanners that'll hit this accuracy all day long. It's the software that's good. The software is really good. So we get rolling on that. Then if you guys want, we can come back and do some more scans with the Spider. Are we going to print anything on the Core 1, or is that thing just going to sit there idle the whole time? Like, what do you guys want with the Core 1? What are we going to print with it? Come on, give me a video on that. Will it print the fish? It could. It could, but it's going to take some time for me to really get that to a point where it's, like, printable. Stream did not end. Just refresh. Just refresh the stream. It's my internet. We've been over this. I went from 93 viewers down to 68. Can you guys at least like the stream? We're trying here. We're trying, and there's basically nothing that I can do. It's just fun times. I guess I should probably... You know what? I will use my phone for these photos. YouTube decided to end this that bad. Holy hell, it's that bad. My father says print a Batman cat mask for the cat. There is about a 0% chance she actually wears that. And he even sent me the link, which is hilarious. Again, if you guys have an issue, you need to reach out to Spectrum and tell them. You need to reach out to Spectrum. There's only so much that I can do here, right? And if the stream does go down for you, just refresh. Nothing like having an anxiety attack. So, gotta love it. You need gig service. Doesn't exist. Not where I'm at. Does not exist. All right, let's go to printables and see what we can find. And let's get Prusa Slicer open while we're at it. Detailed settings. Gonna reject all. Oh, let's just see. Let's see the most popular 3D models right now. What do we got that could be fun to print? On the core one. I know that's what a lot of you want to see. Oh, well, obviously we're doing this. I mean, I feel like that's a requirement, right? That's gotta be a requirement, is it not? Is it not a requirement to print a cat? I feel like we have to print a cat. Also, this table's a bit too low for me, so I'm going to raise it up some. Oh, so much better. Print something big in PLA to chest chamber cooling. You can do that. What do you guys want me to print? Print a catfish. That's funny, too. That's funny. I like the idea of something big. But I'm honestly not too certain of something that will be big enough, but also, you know, not take up. Be smart. I don't know. Oh, we should make something like that. We really should. That's actually really, really smart. I dig the heck out of that. I dig the heck out of that. Ooh. An abstract contour vase. I like that. I can do that. That'll give us something nice and large. So I'm looking at this one here. You guys will have to tell me what you think. I'm thinking of something really, really big. Right? How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that one? I don't know. I think it looks cool. Minimally. Looks really cool. There is the giant flexi cat, but I don't think it's really going to, like, be able to utilize the extra speed of the core one just because they're smaller pieces. So I'd rather do something where we can, you know, really kind of set the machine off and just coming. Yeah. Corporate entity BS. And come on, why would I print something on stream for Amber? That's just asking for problems, okay? That's just asking for problems. All right, let's get that model in. Give me just a second to get that done here. We're gonna stand it upright. You guys can't see this, unfortunately, because it's on the streaming PC. It's not on the scanning PC, so I apologize. I think this thing is pre-hollowed. Yeah, it looks like it's pre-hollowed. And let's scale to print volume, which is 189%. I just want to make sure if there's any details on it that we get them. Okay, it says nothing. Also, we're just going to send it. Gigantablock, 200% scale. Sean Burke says cough Fusion 360 cough. Okay. So, okay, I was waiting for someone to bring this up. The model there does not easily go into Fusion 360. It is such a pain in the butt to take a model and put it into Fusion 360 from a 3D scanner. It is unreasonably complicated. It sucks. It's just, everything about it sucks. Everything about it absolutely sucks. Don't do that. TLDR, don't do it. Okay, we'll do that. Infill. I like adaptive cubic. I'm weird. I like adaptive cubics. That's what we're going to go with. Speeds. I'm going to leave speed stock for right now. Filaments. I'm going to get Prusa PLA. I'm probably just going to leave this thing dead stock. I just want to see what it looks like. And then that's going to determine... Oh, I see. So it has a center core that's hollow. Everything else on it's not hollow. That's kind of funny. Actually, I wonder if I can show you guys this stuff. I bet I can. I wonder if I can do that. Can I? No, I can't. Not easily. That's a lot just to mess around with. Oh, I see. I see. I see. All right. Is it designed to be printed flat? You know what? I think it's designed to be... What do you guys think? Is it designed to be printed flat? Well, see, now I'm curious. Howdy, y'all. Is Onshape easier? No, it's not. They all have the same problems. You could do it in Blender, but not on this PC, I'll tell you that much. 3D experiments, my internet sucks. Again, as always. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm paying $95 a month for this internet, and it is garbage. If you have a problem with it, you need to tweet at me or send me an email that I can send to Spectrum Corporate. I want to collect data points that you guys don't like this so that I can send it to them and say they need to fix this. Because, damn it, they need to fix this. All right, so that part is not going to print well. And I just really don't feel like doing a lot of that today. Like a bunch of support material and all that. So, all right, let's look at this cat model, because why not? Let's do it. Okay. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun on that. As much as I would like to do that bottle model, it's just not gonna work, unfortunately. So, it is what it is. But we have a cat. No. Bummer. Okay. Alright, let's do a big freaking cat model. I'm gonna slice it as it stands. Nothing crazy to it. And then, we're gonna get her started. Let's see what the stream is talking about since I've left you guys alone unattended for a few minutes here. Stream is more frames than a Louvre art gallery. Thanks, Spectrum. Guys, I'm sorry. Can we please not comment on how bad my internet is? It gives me so much anxiety to go through these kinds of things because this is literally my job and I can't do my job because of something that's outside of my control. No matter how much money I pay for it, it is not going to get better. And that means that move on from this. That'd be great. Thanks. And if you do want to send an email, yes, you can email it to youtube@3dmusketeers.com. That'd be fine. Yes, please send me messages that you have problems with this stuff. I would be more than happy to forward your concerns on to the folks at Spectrum. This is 60 grams, 3 hours. Great. That is exactly where I want something to be. Now I get to test something else. Can I plug in a USB device into my computer without... Oh, the webcam didn't die! Oh, okay, we did an upgrade to the PC for a new PCI card. I think it worked. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Galaxy Black, and we've got Jesse's Yellowbird. Which one do you guys want? Those are the two filaments that I have out here. I mean, I can go get something else, but you want Jesse's Yellowbird or do you want, I think. No. It's just over there. Nothing is technically loaded into this machine yet. So, which filament do we want? So what does it mess up the USB identifiers? I guess not. It's still there, still working. Free the bird. Now that is probably damp because it's been out here for a minute. So for whatever that's worth, it's probably going to be quite damp. I don't think anyone cares about that. So, and since I don't either, we're just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna grab this dry box. We're gonna open it. Maybe not if it's damp. We'll know pretty quickly if it is. We will know, and if it is too damp to print... Oh, huh. Oh, okay, there it goes. I'm like, it's not rolling in here. This spool really doesn't roll very well in this dry box. Oof, that is a lot of friction. Random bits of Bowden tube? No. That might have to be it. I need like a piece of Bowden tube. Is there any way to save filament when it becomes brittle? Yes, you can warm it up. That's really long, and I don't feel like cutting whatever this was from, because I feel like this is something that I need, and I just happen to have it over here sitting out for whatever reason. How do you like the Polymaker dry boxes? I don't, actually. They don't stay dry. So when you seal them, you would expect that a dry box, when you seal it, remains dry. Unfortunately, it does not remain dry. I've had one inside of the shop fully sealed with some PC ABS in it since I got it. And no dice. Unfortunately, it is over 50% ambient humidity inside of that dry box. And that dry box was sealed. And it was put down to sub 20% ambient. And like, you know, you expect it to come up a little bit, but you don't expect it to come up that much. That's a really, really big, really big number there. And since we're printing from dry box into machine, we can just feed it up this way. I'm like, I know you guys want to see the Core 1 running, so like, what the heck are we going to print over here? And no one wanted to give me an answer. And yes, what I'll do is I will move the webcam so the webcam is watching the Core 1. So you guys can see the Core 1 as we're scanning as well. You know, because we like that kind of thing. There we go. Filament is inserting. And what we are going to do is we're going to take this webcam, hello, and we're going to put it watching the Core 1. And yes, you're just looking at my floor right now. Good thing I'm wearing pants. You know, for the Polymaker dry box is cool, but ultimately is like a product. Stains on the shirt. Ultimately as a product, it does not perform the way I had hoped. So while that's doing its thing, we will go ahead, get the Matter and Form 3 out here, and yeah, get it set up, because it does take a little bit longer to get set up. They use the same fans. They use a very similar fan duct style to each other. I have not compared them piece to piece like that yet. I need more space. I am out of space right now, and that's the other big issue that we have, is that we're just simply running out of square footage here. Because it's the Super Bowl this weekend, and likely I won't have good internet, I'm not certain if we're going to stream a podcast, you know, like you've streamed podcasts recently, Grant. Come on. Yeah, I've not been feeling good on Sundays recently. But I might just build a shelf this weekend instead. And that's like a scratch build, like cutting it with saws and using nail guns and stuff like that. So, yeah. MLV says, I bought a kilo of Spectrum PC 275 recently. Really wanted to try to print with it, but no idea what I should use it for. I was told to be clear. While I do like the case that the Spider comes in, the Matter Inform comes with a very, very nice case. Like a very, very, very nice case. Especially for a scanner at its price class. Someone had asked about consumer class 3D scanners. I still think the Einstar is probably one of the better scanners for the money. The only issue with the Einstar, and it's actually an issue that the Matter Inform directly actually you need a PC with an NVIDIA graphics card, a whack ton of RAM, and a whack ton of VRAM at that. And if you don't have that, it doesn't work, like, at all. It will scan for like 30, 45 seconds, if that. It's not gonna scan longer. It has some issues with RAM usage. The Matter Inform, right? It's 2400, I think, is what it's going for right now. So, oh, hey, we got poop. Nice. Get that out of there. Gonna get the cat print started. I should probably wipe down the print bed. So let me do that. Bearded Printer says, I've got myself an Einstar. That thing is awesome, and yes, had to upgrade to an NVIDIA graphics card. Yeah. For 3D scanning, you need Team Green. It necessitates Team Green. So it sucks, but kind of is what it is, unfortunately. Scanner on, you dingus. If you don't turn the scanner on, it doesn't work. Collie says, is it glitching or is it just my end? Nope, it's glitching. It's glitching. It's my internet again. Once again, it's my internet. All right, let's print this cat model. Yep, it's Spectrum. I'm dropping 75% of the data that is currently being sent. So that's fun. And I'm sorry, but I have no control over that. So everything is open. Crazy reflecting for you guys. There. That should be pretty good. The core one. Does Taylor know that it's happening? He should know. He should know. Ooh. Computer just closed out of that tab. Why? You're fine. And yes, Taylor knows. Taylor should. All right, let me. For those that don't know about the Matter Inform 3, it is distinctly different from the Artex Spider in that it is a turntable-based scanner. It doesn't have to be, but it does come with a turntable that it controls itself. It is all processed on the scanner itself. So if for some reason you don't have a $1,000+ laptop, this was a can work on your phone or a tablet, and it doesn't require any of that extra BS. It doesn't require a, you know, software license or anything like that. It just scanner. We have been messing with it since the stream date, and I will tell you guys, I really do like this scanner. I think it's got a lot of potential. So yeah, a lot of potential. We need to just delete all of this because none of that is useful anymore. Oh, come on. I want to delete that. Yes. All right. Still needs to be a little bit further away. These are times where I would say that... I'll turn the game down. These are times where I think the Artec software does better. I think the Matter-Informed 3 is going to struggle. Resolution. I guess we'll leave it on there. Turntable. Do 12 steps to get it all. We need to calibrate. Just got to put the calibration card on there. Calibrate. Hello? Oh, we're waiting for the bed to heat up. I'm like, why is it taking so long? Bed's got to heat up more. Or, oh, it was paused. Okay, now the core one's going. Sure, I just hate that there's the studio light in the background, but... Okay, turntable calibration was successful. Beautiful. We can put the fish on it now. We can go back to scan settings and start scan. So we're going to scan this fish with the Matter-Informed 3. We're going to see how it goes. I'm at a 19% loss. Spectrum's claiming it isn't them. They always claim it's not them, but I know it is. I know it is. How's the bed heat up speed compared to 1000-watt printers? Terrible compared to 1000-watt printers. This entire Core 1 runs on 250 watts. This is not even close to 1000. It runs on 250. So yeah, it's going to heat up terribly behind it. My brother says 13 years of dealing with this. I don't know about 13. It's definitely been for at least the last 6. In like a proper bad way. I'm not happy with it. Yeah, we're waiting for the bed to heat up. Now what are we waiting for? Now it's the hot end. Hot end's at 215 going to... Hopefully it works. Kit says a 24-volt PCB bed not running on mains. Correct. Yeah, it is not running on mains at all. I do have the top vents open. Everything else in the machine is completely locked. Doors shut. Everything else is shut. Man, that first layer looks good, which you guys can't easily see. Oh, there's so much glare. Literally, if I open the door, the glare will go away, but I can't do it. Can I put it... I can put it off to an angle like that. That's better. That's not better. Dang. I'm trying! Its first layer is quite close, but I don't really have an issue with that if it sticks. The machines are making changes in the background of the matrix. Any plans for that left pocket? Not yet. We don't... I mean, I might end up just putting the storage bin in there, because, like, it's a great place to put the parts that you need. Oh, I touched the table when the Matter-Informed is scanning. Crap. Hold on. I gotta cancel the scan. I touched the table, and I was yelled at about that I shouldn't touch the table. I do... oh, I didn't have texture capture turned on, so... Good thing. Alright. I'm not gonna touch the table during the scan. It's funny, the Core 1 is definitely printing too close to the bed, but it's not elephant's footing. It's only for the infill. So, interesting. Tarsman says they are claiming no packet loss even with large packets, but it is their packets to the modem directly. I don't know if I trust that. Call your guy, not getting anywhere here. All right. That's fine. I'll call my guy. No problem at all. Yep. Nope. I'm not touching the table. There. I'll put my hands on my head. There. That's how you know. There's only a Grant's width between the table behind me and this table. So I have to be careful about that too. Tarzan Spectrum, fix my internet. Thanks. Like I'm dropping packets right now. Right now it's happening. I can see it. You guys think this is going to work? I'm very curious. I've never tried the Matter-Inform 3 on large objects before. Like, this is probably the largest thing I've scanned on it in terms of, like, length. Everything that I've used this scanner for is, like, tiny jewelry pieces, right? So, very, very, very tiny things. And Spectrum, dude, I am hardwired directly to our router, which is all 2.5 gig. This computer is running a 2.5 gig NIC. I think it's 2.5 gig NIC. Might be a gig. But it's no wireless. It's a dead connect cable. So. I love this little cat model. I'm so excited for this cat model. You guys have no idea how excited I am for this cat model that is printing on the Core 1 right now. I am unreasonably excited. Unreasonably excited. And see, this is the part of the Matter-Inform 3 that I don't like. It's the hurry up and wait part of the Matter-Inform 3. I wish, and I've spoken to like the head honcho over at Matter-Inform and said, if I could change anything about your product, this is what it would be. It's done scanning. It's processing. I can touch the table now. Stop yelling at me. I can do what I want. I'm a real boy. Yeah, no, I'm losing packets. I'm watching the packets fail. My touching the table. Oh, you know what? Hey, let's do this since I'm connected to Wi-Fi. Here. Oh. I'm connected to the Matter-Inform 3. I can't do that. I'm not actually connected to the internet. Damn. Dang. Yeah, it's processing. It's processing, okay? It's processing in progress. It's... You should show your screen and the packet's failing for Spectrum. I was gonna do that, but I can't because this is connected to the scanner. It's not connected to the internet. But what I can do is I can show Spectrum this. There you go. Are you going to focus on that? 10.2% loss. I'm up to 17 for whatever that's worth. But yeah. Fun times. Fun times. But yeah, once the Matter-Inform is done, I can't easily show the desktop. I can try, but I don't think I can easily show it. If I do... Oh, you know what I can do? I've got an idea. Let me try something. I'm going to add a window capture, and I'm going to capture command prompt. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to capture myself pinging command prompt. And so now you guys can watch it. Someone's calling me. It's the clock shop. Hey, Dave. Hey, I'm live streaming. Can I call you back? Yeah. Owner of the clock shop. They are having their 80th anniversary this Sunday. Crazy. Crazy. All right, so now you guys also get to see command prompt on the side here. I'm going to make this much smaller. I don't think it needs to be very big. But there you go. That's what I'm going to do to solve this problem. You're going to be able to watch command prompt. Oh, it's so much fun. All right, let's see. Let's see what the Matter in Form 3 did. Yeah, it struggled with the fish. Interesting. It didn't get the tail at all. So I wonder if I just move the fish, right, and I add a scan. This time I'm going to turn the exposure up a little bit to make sure that we actually capture the tail. There's one gone. There's one gone. All right, I'm going to start the scan. I can't touch the table again. Core 1 is doing its thing, just absolutely screaming. It's crazy how quiet this machine is. It's not as quiet as the Mark IV's. The Mark IV's is louder. However, I only think this is louder. Or sorry, the Core 1 is louder than the Mark IV's. The only reason I believe that the Core 1 is louder is because it's got a lot of steel, thin steel panels on it. And I would bet with some decent little squares of sound deadening foam, you could quiet this machine down quite a bit. So. Would you guys want me to do a podcast from the clock shop? That might be fun. That might be fun. Yeah, that Core 1 is absolutely... I mean, I guess there is. I can try to, like, get a piece of foam and, like, cover the... Where's the reflection coming from? Oh, it's the Core 1 glass is reflecting. Ah. Yeah, I can't solve that problem. I can't solve that problem, sorry. Now we're just waiting. That's the thing with the spider. It's much faster, which is funny because it's much slower ultimately. Linux asks, do that for the printer. Okay, yes. I am surprised they're using smooth idlers and not toothed. The reason that you would want to use a toothed idler rather than a smooth idler is because the toothed idlers lock into the teeth rather than the teeth kind of slipping on them, right? With a GT2 belt, right, you've got the individual teeth, and as it bends, those teeth don't contact the way that you think. They tend to slide, and that sliding ends up with some sort of like VFAs and things that you can expect to see. Now, the nice thing is, it's Prusa. So if you wanted to change it, you can change it. It's awesome. This is my life. Mike asks, is it $20,000 faster? They're very different scanners for different things, right? Like, I can scan much faster on the Spider, and the Spider will spit out calibration results. The Matter in Form 3 currently does not. It's accurate, but I need accuracy reports. I need, like, actual real-world accuracy reports, and currently the Matter in Form 3 does not do that. Will it? Maybe. Right now, no. And for a lot of the work that we do, accuracy reports are important. I can recalibrate the Spider, too. I can recalibrate the Spider. This one should viably go down to about 57 to 60 microns. And we measured the Matter in Form 3 poorly, but we measured it at about 25 microns. So, yeah. Linux said, yeah, someone did say it's an easy mod to do. They're just asking why they didn't just make it a tooth to standard. I don't know. Clearly, Prusa doesn't think it's an issue. I don't know if it's a tooth idler. Sorry, a smooth idler. So, I mean, likely they're just pulling from inventory that they had. I'm like trying to think. Well, I'm like trying to think to my Trident. My Trident's right effing here. I can just look at it. Yeah, the Trident does use toothed idlers. Okay. The Trident holds the nice Victoria rug that Miss Amber made for me. So, yeah, we're almost done processing. See, this is the thing with the Matter in Form 3. It's all bummer of the whole deal. Had a hitch, super long time for a packet. You can see the change in length. Yep. Yep. Times, right? Fun times. Hartford Studio says the SV08 has toothed idlers as well. Why would it? I didn't think about this, but it's actually really easy to add it in like I just did. So I'm just going to add it in. Because why not? It's fun. We're just waiting for the Matter in Form 3. Waiting for the Matter in Form 3. James Kerbal says, came for the fish, stayed for the cat shirt. Cat shirt's coming soon. We are actively building out the merch store right now. We know what we're doing for the moment. We know what company we're going with. I have final samples in hand. And for right now, I am happy with where things are with the merch. So, is good. By the way, Chambers at 30C. So, it's still plenty fine. Honestly, I'm surprised right now that this filament, which literally has... Oh geez. Oh, geez. The freaking Bowden tube. The Bowden tube is getting sucked into the dry box. Ugh, I hate when that happens. The filament has actual moisture in the dry box right now. So, will the shirt come in a long variant? This is a long cat. But like, well, here. Like, I can put my arms all the way up and you don't see my stomach. So it should be immediately. We're doing print on demand. So immediately there will be merch in a warehouse like that. So what we need to do first is we need to I want to get the two scans to be two different colors. Oh, we still had some rocking. Did I hit the table when it was scanning? I might have. James Kerbal asked if I'm going to Rocky Mountain. I don't know yet. Rocky Mountain is very expensive this year. I'd like to go, but I don't know yet. It'd be nice. So now we need to auto-align the scans. Yes, I would like to go to Rocky Mountain. I just don't know if it's going to happen. I'm going to take another photo of my drop frames. 18.4% dropped frames right now is what we're running. Kind of crazy. All right, I select two scans for alignment. Nope, I want to align those. Let's see if it works. Again, this is doing alignment on silicon, on the scanner itself, which is its biggest strength and its biggest weakness, in my opinion. And it's what makes the Matterform 3 a bit more of a difficult decision. It's a great scanner. It works great. It's accurate. But as far as business class use, it's difficult because a business class environment, which in my opinion is what this is going after, right? This is going after like light business to light industrial. So somewhere in that price class range. Spending $1,000 on a laptop or having a decent laptop is not that big of a deal. I had a talk with Trevor, I believe is the CEO of the company. Could be wrong. If I am, I'm sorry, Trevor. And I said, look, if you could just have an option where we could offload the processing onto our computers, where it's not required, it's a possibility. That would be awesome. Because those of us that have already invested in silicon, that have expensive computers already, we could just toss it onto there. So, yeah. Let me see the specs of the stream. 69 likes. Nice. Appreciate it. 73 watching. Thank you all for coming out. Not a ton of people, but with as rough as the internet is, it's expected. Printing beautifully on the Core 1. Still is 2.5 hours, though. I don't know if we'll be streaming for that long. So we're just waiting for the auto alignment to be done on the Matterform 3. Again, it's like my just most insane pet peeve for this machine. The funny thing is I could actually, while it's doing its alignment, I could grab the spider and do a complete other scan. Did not like scanning the tail at all. Not exactly certain what to do on that. What I want to do is kind of align it to itself, right? Like, I just want it all to... Which, again, this is where... So that was 24 to 25. This is 25 to 26. This is where having like a fully auto system would be really nice. And yes, I get it. It is user-friendly, to be clear, but I wish it was more user-friendly. Scans to themselves. Zoom Bull 3 says, yikes, internet got worse. Yep. Literally nothing I can do, guys. We've been over this. 29 and 30. I could be doing something wrong. Trevor, if you're watching this and you want to call me and yell at me because I'm doing something wrong, please do. But yeah, moving to civilization. Would you like to pay for it? Because yeah, I'm totally down if someone wants to pay for it. I can't afford to move right now. So, you know, there's that whole problem. Yeah, look at that. The tail's aligned now. Nice. We're still missing parts of the fish though, and I'm guessing that's where it is. It's too shiny for the 3. But let's merge the scans. So I want to merge them all. Let's merge them into a singular scan. MLV for the €2 says, this is enough money to move. No. But thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you for your generosity. And again, these streams are brought to you ad-free. You know, don't forget about it being ad-free. Yeah, we still got a lot of meshing. I'll be curious to see how it handles. The damn Bowden tube keeps getting sucked into the machine, which is kind of funny. It is not the intended purpose. Get us those ads. We need ads. Nope, we do not run ads on live streams. That was a commitment during 2025 that we wouldn't run ads on live streams. I don't want you guys to miss something important because of an ad. Oh yeah, there's the big thick bottom of the fish. Oh, yeah. It sucks, but it's not. There's literally I don't know if there's a way for me to stop it. I can take this into a slicer and cut the bottom off, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. I'm gonna check my my hardware. Yeah, I'm at 30% CPU utilization, 39% of RAM utilization, and 18% of my slow. It's like, oh, I just want you to be faster. Something that I never hear in my life. So while that's doing its thing, I'm going to run some more stuff here. Outlier removals and stuff like that. I guess that's a benefit. I could be working in another program and the Matter-Informed 3 just doesn't care. I can literally be using every ounce of my computer and the Matter-Informed 3 is like, oh, you're busy? I didn't notice because... Yeah, let's do a 0.2 on the resolution. See how that does. By the way, Artec gives you everything in seconds. So you can see that the last outlier removal took 36.8 seconds, which is always a funny thing. Still waiting for textures. See, we're multitasking by using $30,000. And I probably should have brought out my other laptop. How well does Starlink work for streaming? It doesn't. So we have a lot of remote editors, or we have 2 remote editors, and Starlink is very, very high latency. You're looking at like 70 milliseconds minimum, and it will randomly drop on you. All of that becomes a problem. All of it. And we could do a max error threshold of... Oh, no, let's do a 0.2. Let's see what happens. I'm very curious. And we'll do a sharp fusion. Whoops. Smart. Excuse me. And we'll run it. I said Starlink just did a stream of a supersonic jet. It worked fine. Yes. But when you're trying to have people work remotely and they have to deal with an extra 100 milliseconds of latency minimum, it becomes complicated. Terror is no more for scanning software or whatever. Hogs your CPU so hard, then at least the stream won't suffer so bad. You know what's funny is that's the laptop right there. The streaming PC is up there. They're completely different. It's got nothing to do. This laptop isn't doing anything with the stream. This would probably stream pretty damn well. 5G. So 5G, we've thought about it. Design or SIM tray for 5G backup. So we could do it. The problem that you run into is where priority lands for 5G. And 5G home internet is not great. It would be fine as a failover, but you generally don't want to be running, you know, full on as a streamer with that kind of stuff. So, yeah, you just want to be careful. Only 500,000 polygons. I'm kind of bummed. You know? I figured it wasn't gonna drop so low, but that's fine. Mesh optimization. Heal and remove. 0.25. This one's gonna take a second. Isotropic remeshes are pretty intensive, often. Dreams Void says 500,000 polygons. If only. If only. Ashley says, I doubt he has 5G. I'll turn my Wi-Fi. Let me see what I have out here. Now, is that real 5G or fake 5G? Who knows? But I do have 4 bars of 5G out here. But I don't have any steel studs. I have the steel door, and then I have concrete walls. So I have 3 walls of concrete, 1 of steel door. Then there's no insulation above me, so. Inside the house, it's tougher, because there's steel studs inside the house. Oh, that wasn't too bad. The ice rubber remesh actually went pretty well. 643 million. We'll do 1 step of smoothing to make my life just a hair better. We'll do another one, make me feel better. Fill holes. The big one. The big one, we're gonna go flat. And see, this is where I like, where I can... Where's our texture? Where's our texture? Did it not work? Okay, fine. Well, that's filling the hole. That's texturing. You know what's funny? I haven't had a phone call all day. I've had 4 calls while on stream. Yeah, you guys see the drop packets go through. You're like, uh-oh, he's going to go down. How's the cat doing? Cat's doing great. Simon Snow with the 10 memberships. Thank you, sir. Questionable Choices got 1. Doom got 1. John Olson, SKL, Kenneth Davis, Tin Talon. You all got 1. I'm trying here, all right? Well, why? Oh, texture opacity. Ha! That's what I was missing. Okay. Not great. Not great on the texturing. Actually, I'm actually really unimpressed on the texturing. Yeah. I said that because whatever you were talking about was all broken up. Well, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do, guys. It looks like a whale on the Matterform 3. Yeah, But yeah, I mean, it's dark. But the problem is because the fish is shiny, I can't turn up the brightness anymore because it will blow out the silver area. Now again, for the price of the scanner, can you be mad? I don't think so. I don't think you can be mad for the price. But it depends, right? It all depends. We'll wait for the RTech to finish here. Core 1 is looking absolutely stellar. Dreams of Voice said, can you merge the textures so you blow out the silver in one pass for the darks and mix the darker pass on the silver? You likely could, but again, like we're getting to the point where it would take so long that is it really worth it anymore, right? Because I'd have to rescan the body. I'd have to rescan the tail. Again, this software costs as much as this scanner used to cost. Okay, it was on sale for a while. It's not on sale anymore. So yeah. Grog says, can I reduce the upload quality of the stream? I guess I can turn down how much is going out to you guys. Like, I don't know. I'll go to 5,500 kilobits per second. I have a 20 meg pipe. Let's see if that helps at all. I don't think it's gonna, but. Nick T said, Grant, how do you like the Core 1 so far? I think it's a great machine. It's been running reliably. We've been using it a little bit. So I've talked about this before, but you know, I'll talk more specifically about it here. Machines to be used in the business have to go through an abusive cycle first. Machines that you don't see us talk about often have either not passed that abusive cycle, there were problems, so it needs to go through 48 hours of constant printing with no failures. No failures at all. And because of that, we barely had the machine out of the box for 48 hours, let alone been able to put 48 hours of printing on it. So because of that, it's not ready yet. Now, it's Prusa, so like I trust it, but at the same time, I have a certain standard that we've set, and we must maintain it, regardless of our, thoughts of a company's commitment to quality, right? Botanical said the packet loss and latency bouncing around is going to be the issue, not bandwidth. That's correct. I don't disagree with you. In fact, we know that's the problem, but Spectrum refuses to actually acknowledge. Other than the firmware bug that we found, but that was a known bug. So this one's funny. The director of testing, Yindrik, which I probably got his name wrong, but what's up, boss? You're probably watching this. He emailed me saying, adding that to the bug list, but I guess apparently it was already a known bug with the pause and door open. But, like, I don't see a point to try that. We literally just did that for the stream. There was no other reason to do that kind of thing. But yeah, otherwise, honestly, I want the fan cooling from the Core 1 over to the Mark 4S. I like being able to see the nozzle. It's cool. But since that random firmware bug that hard crashed the machine, which was funny, no, we have not had any issues since. And in fact, I have knocked this machine around. I almost dropped it last night. That was fun. I fell with it. It's all fine. You just want to kind of go like, this baby's got so much steel in it, you might as well call it Detroit. Or something. I don't know. Have we fixed ourselves yet? Nope, we're angry. Okay. Close anyway. So that's the other nice thing. Our tech tool is I can just stop it in the middle of things. And it's still angry. It's got to initialize the tool. So I have a feeling we just need to go ahead and restart the software to make it happy again. So we'll do that. We'll restart it. It will save the current project, close down, then we can reload it. Terrakesh says, well, I didn't want to wait for the Core 1, so I picked up the Mark 4S kit. Best build experience so far, and that thing prints like a beauty. Single test that we had with it. The only test that open air printers consistently fail is dealing with the moisture in the garage. It is a huge issue, but that's not the machine's fault. The Core 1 has been great. It's been great with that. Grogrind said LTT stated the Wi-Fi dongle is dog slow as its interface to board via serial. Are you plugged in via a NIC or LAN? If so, how are you transfer feeds for G-code? I will always be using SneakerNet. We do not put our printers on the internet. I don't care what company it is. I don't trust them. I've proven that you shouldn't trust companies for that kind of thing. And while Prusa is in the EU, and out of all the companies, you pretty much have to trust them, because if they're found to be negligently dealing with your data, they get sued into oblivion. It doesn't matter. We don't use cloud stuff here. We don't use LAN. You know what's really, really reliable? Me walking over and sticking a flash drive into the machine. That's how we've always done it. It's how we always will do it. It is a network security and safety issue, as most machines like this do not have heavy security built into them. And that's just the way it is, right? IoT devices just generally don't. And they provide a ingress point for bad actors. And that is not something that we like. Why is the perimeter length not working? I need to fill it and see if it still gets angry. Honestly, the only thing that isn't serial is RAM. Well, it's slow because it's a slow chip maxed out already. I don't think that's the case, to be honest with you. Actually, everything is serial. LAN is serial, PCI Express is serial, SATA is serial. I think it's literally in the name for SATA. USB is serial. Universal serial bus, I'm pretty certain. Serial doesn't mean slow. It's slow because it's Wi-Fi. 4S, I have the chip pulled out. The Mark IV, the chip's pulled out. We don't even have the Wi-Fi on them. Oh, the ESP chip can't go faster. Well, I mean, that's why Prusa has that What is it? The ability to start the print before it's fully sent over? I don't know. You guys really like cloud stuff. I look at it as nothing more than a massive security vulnerability. So each of us will have our opinions on that. Mine are not pro-cloud. Mine are consistently anti-cloud. Out here, there is literally still water. Like, I'm not kidding. Check this out. There's literally still water in the... Look, you can see the condensation. You can see the actual condensation inside of the poly dryer. It is so humid out here. The poly dryer is wet. Traditionally, machines that are bed slingers perform terribly in this environment. Why are we not screwing in? Hello? Yeah, traditionally, PEI does not like moisture, but I'm guessing because this machine has a chamber. And let's see, where are we at on that chamber temp, by the way? 31. We are at 31 degrees, so it has gone up a little bit. According to the machine. Now, is the machine accurate? I don't know. I don't know. So now you got me curious what my humidity is. My humidity right now... I'll show you. Let's do Bop. 72. Now, I do want to reset everything. And I don't... Is there an easy way to reset everything? Hit and hold, maybe? Yeah, hit and hold resets. Okay. So yeah, there you go. I just reset all the mins and maxes. So, yeah. We'll see. Pop. And we're back. Zach Smith says, I'm really confused why Prusa is selling the fish on their website for like 40 pounds. I don't know, man. Because they do. Go buy the fish from Japan like everybody else is doing. Yeah, it's an expensive fish. But it's a mackerel. And it sticks to the printer. So, like, how can you go wrong? It's gaslighting people at this point. So, yeah. Dan J says, is there any one thing you don't like about the Core 1? Yes. You cannot feed the filament through the other side. It is not possible without drilling a hole in the frame. That is so frustrating and a massive, massive oversight that could have easily been fixed. And I see no reason at all as to why Prusa didn't do that. Because there are people, if you can move the door to either side, why can't you move the filament to either side? So, Amber's here. Everybody say hi to Amber. Amber's at work today, and Amber probably needs everybody's help to say hi to her. So everyone say hi to Amber. Zach said I asked Joe that very question at Smurf. Yeah. Yeah, Yusuf. Yusuf with his right question. What are we eating, Amber? What are we eating? Oh, she's eating some Dr. Pepper. Is that the new doctor? No, that's wrong. Amber, I'm making a really long cat. It's great. I'm excited for it. The Core 2 will have filament on both sides. Yeah, right. My favorite feature that's not obvious about this machine is that it is a completely smooth bottom where really, really easy to clean. Those of you with X1 carbons where you get shmoo in the bottom there, you know what I'm talking about. It's a pain in the ass to clean. This makes it easier to clean. So, yeah. What's another thing I don't like about it? I mean, this one's a bit nitpicky, but I do prefer glass over plexi. Plexi, and I don't know if this is acrylic or polycarbonate. I've heard both from Prusa, so I don't know which it is. But I prefer glass. I think it's a more premium product, but I understand why they went with acrylic. It's easier to work with. You could put holes in it easier and all that. So, yeah. For you to fly to Prusa, I can imagine that they'll be doing that as a hardware revision. They wouldn't, actually. So if you just ran along the back of the machine, the Bowden tube, you could leave the swing arm where it is. There's no reason it has to go to the other side. So, yeah. Zombol says, glass door provides nothing but more anxiety. It actually provides better, better insulation. So, I guess we don't like that one. We like this first fish. This first fish actually came out really well on the spider. I'm gonna go back through in here and do my cleanup. I don't think I've ever shown you guys how we do this. Like all the, you know what? Would be so much better. Like so much better. Okay. Yeah, you can see just a bunch of the okay. And like this whole idea of the lasso tool is like super nice. Double click lets me change the point at which it rotates around. It's like, yeah, Artec's UI is just, it's very good. Artec kind of knows what the hell they're doing when it comes to software, and it shows in their products. It's expensive, don't get me wrong. It's very expensive. But, Steven says, made anything breaks. They could use, like, a laminated glass so it's not as bad to break when I'm... I know, I just like the feeling of glass. It's nicer. It's a premium, it's a more premium quality product, I think. Zombol says, it'd be interesting to see some testing of that insulation claim. Me too. I mean, look, if glass was worse at insulating, it's cheaper. Well, no, glass is cheaper than plexiglass. That's why we don't use it for windows. But why would we not use it for car windshields? Like, why not? Like, a good proper Lexan is cheaper than a decent windshield these days. So, load cell base here. Only use certain cores on the computer, which is fun. Glass doesn't scratch. My windshield that's like a decade old absolutely begs to differ with that. Yeah, that's fair. Like a bit of sand on your wipers and you can't see out of your windshield. All right. You guys are right. I'm wrong. You're right. Who knew it was for something other than money? And yeah, that's fair. The UV aspect of polycarbonate is kind of a problem. Clip that. Oh, clip that. Good luck, Amber. Oh, man. Look at my packet loss. Isn't it great? Don't we just love packet loss? Whoops. Oh, I have to keep it open, but I don't have to keep it on the front. Okay. Check your Google Chats when you can. Okay. I have no input. Whatever you want is fine. Glass is not Clayton safe. That's fair. Glass is not Clayton safe. Because there are many ways to handle those situations, and I think that he has handled it literally the best way possible. So, yeah. I'm proud of him. Because I don't think that I would have had that same level of professionalism that he's had about this entire thing and, like, you know, kind of built it into part and just piss him off and we don't know about it. But so far, you know, I'm overall impressed with the way that he's handled it. All right. Both of you, why are... I am much happier with the Artec scan, but, I mean, I better damn well be for the money. The matter and form, it is very dark. However, think the Matter Informed did a pretty decent job with getting the like that. So, you know, there's some tolerance in this because we fully process this model. So, yes, and actually beyond capacity. And this is the Matter Informed 3 fish with texture. My thoughts, right? I would have been very, very upset if the Spider did not win this. Well, I mean, they're kind of a software company, but they're not the software company that Artec is, right? The software for this is $1,700 a year. This entire scanner is $2,400. This is 25,000 US dollars. 25,000 US dollars. You could buy them used for a lot less, but retails $25,000. I think the Matter Informed 3 held its own. It will need more cleanup, but I still have to film Print Fix Friday and a bunch of other stuff because I'm very far behind. And now I got to be even more far behind because I got to go take care of Spectrum. But yeah, let me get another screenshot while we are live streaming because I think that is important to pull another photo while we are streaming to show that we are $1,700 per year. That software better get major software updates weekly. That's $1,700 per year. There's software in industry that is $17,000. Design X or Control X. Is it Control X? Yeah, Control X is $17,000 a year. And it hasn't had updates in like 2 years. When you start getting into reverse engineering softwares, like we're looking at Geomagic Design X right now, that's a $10,000 a year piece of software. $10,000. And before you say go sailing, there aren't any versions of it on the places you would normally go on fishing trips. So we can't even like try it before we buy it, if you will. So yeah, we're looking at spending the money, $10,000 a year for. I'm looking at spending the money because we are focusing more on high-end 3D scanning this year. That's why like the Matter Informed 3 was a scanner that really caught my attention. And we worked with Matter Informed to get this. We provided feedback, and I'll be providing feedback to them over and over in real time that I'm an idiot, don't know what I'm doing. But, you know, there are certain expectations that you have for price points. This thing meets and exceeds all expectations for its price point. And I think it is much easier to use in something like the CRScan Raptor, which I have. I have a Raptor. I have the OG Raptor. But to do the Raptor for this, you'd have to put a bunch of tracker dots and crap. No, terrible. FJ Princess Quick Service. I haven't tried Quick Service yet. That is through Shining 3D, I believe. I forget how Quick Service works and like who owns it. But we haven't used Quick Service yet. I need to get a trial of it. My local office, so we have a local Shining 3D office here. It's the one in Tampa. They're like 30 minutes away. My rep texted me. What the hell was that noise? No, I heard a beep again. I'm being gaslit by beeps again. It's not the Prusa. It's not the Prusa. Something's gaslighting me with beeps again. I think it's the Matter Informed. But yeah, I haven't tried Quick Service and I need to, so I do need to use it. Linux, I hope I'm getting that name right. Says it's not even the cost that I find stupid, it's the per year. I despise every publisher is doing is you'll own nothing and like it with software. Now, with that being said, Artec does let you buy the software outright. It's like $3,500 to buy it outright, but it does not come with updates. So let's say you really like Artec Studio 19, which is what we're on. Let's say you really like 19 and you want to stick with it forever. Okay, pay it. You'll never have to. Trick is, can you go more than 2 years without getting a software update? And if you believe that you can, it is better to get the full license, wait 2 years, convert that full license to the cloud license again, get the updates, then spend the extra money again to take it offline. You could viably play that game. So, that's an option. But yes, I do I do understand this. You'll owe nothing and you'll like it. Artec just upped the price. It used to be $1,200, then it went to $15, and now it's at $17, I believe. Mike says, I kind of want to buy a Fish's Try with my Metro X. I need to get the Metro X. It's supposed to be a nice scanner. But I'll bring one $30,000 scanner that's supposed to, like, wipe the floor with the Leo, which I also own. So we're gonna have some fun on that. It's their own company. It's the fish. If it's the fish, that would be the best troll. Yeah, the fish would be the best troll. That would be funny. All right, let's give away a roll of filament. Let's give away a roll of filament. Brought to you by Printed Solid. 28 responses. I'll give you guys like another 60 seconds to respond to that before we go ahead and close it off here. Linux said, I remember a time when software was released. It had specific time period, maybe 1 to 2 years of updates included. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, you can buy, but, you know, it's really just attached to a hard drive. So take that with whatever grain of salt that you want. I've moved it between computers before. It's fine. And yes, damn Adobe and Maxon with Pixel Logic and ZBrush. You guys suck. Maxon sucks. Pixel Logic was better. And I stand. Tech is... They are a necessary evil in this world. I like their scanners. I don't like their pricing. But I'm also, you know, we're going to put air quotes over frugal. I don't like spending a bunch of money on things. But when you look at the user-friendliness of their software, yes, it crashes every now and then, but it recovered perfectly fine. When you look at the user-friendliness of their software, how easy it is, I think it makes sense. And yeah, it's expensive, but if you're not doing 3D scanning professionally, you can buy these used. They're like 10 grand used. You're not spending $10,000 on a used scanner on the gray market of eBay unless you're taking this seriously. And if you're spending, not necessarily how it holds you back. I understand as an average consumer, like when I look at it through my eyes of a consumer, it's like, my car is worth about as much as that software is per year. And yet I don't have a new car. I have a 23-year-old car because it works. There's nothing wrong with it. Could I upgrade to a new car? Sure. But it's going to cost me a bunch of money. I don't want to do that. The same way that I had the option between this and a Space Spider. The Space Spider was... If the one thing the Space Spider does that this doesn't, the Space Spider has a fan. This doesn't have a fan. And the Space Spider also has a temperature sensor that can offset it. So you don't actually have to wait for it to come to temperature. You can just scan with it immediately. This I have to let cool down. And, well, we've got a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom of it. So we're actually going to be scanning this scanner with this scanner. So we can take this scanner scanned to put a base for the scanned scanner from a 3D scanner. Yo, dog. But yeah, so the plan is to just make a little USB-powered fan base to blow air up through the Spider when we're not using it, so we can leave it plugged in but not have it overheat. And I think that's totally fair. Although we might suck air down through it. I don't know if we're going to go up and out or down or pull air through. We haven't figured it out yet. And yes, there is the Spider 2. Technically, that's the Spider 3 if we're going to be specific, but they call it the Spider 2. This one maxes at 8 frames per second. The Spider 2 is 30, so it's much faster. Same resolution, same everything else. It's just faster. And it looks sleeker. This still has some of that like old school, expensive hand mixer vibes, where the new Spider 2 looks really nice. Artec, if you're watching this, you should send me a Spider 2 so we can compare it to the Spider 1. I'm just saying, I'd like to see them both side by side. You should send me some. We should work together. I'm like one of your largest content creators. We should work together. Please. Phil says, is it my Ukrainian internet, which usually works okay, or is Spectrum strikes again? It's Spectrum. Yeah, we're at 24.6% dropped frames, all because of internet usage. Dreams Void says, software shop I used to work at used a license server called Reprise. If you purchase a license outright, it was a separate type of license versus subscription. I assume it is different for them as well. But you can switch between them. They don't care. You just have to restart, or really you end up rebuying a license, and you still keep your, so let's go to like Artec 17. So if you had a full license to 17, but now you want a 19, you just go back onto the cloud for $1,700 a year, and now you have your Artec 17 and you have 19. You get both. So the Spider 2 can capture fingerprints. The Spider 1 can do it as well. The Spider 1 can do it as well. I've tried. It works. For reference, most of that is software. They both can capture fingerprints quite well, actually. So, yeah, they both capture fingerprints. I would bet that the Matter-Informed 3 probably does too. I bet it actually does a pretty good job with it. Lenny says, I just like a scanner cheap enough that a hobbyist DIYer can afford, but good enough that they can scan parts they want to replace, like ears and such. You're missing the problem. Okay, the scanners are cheap. Go get like a freaking Metro X or the Raptor X or something like that. So bad. And could edit things is really, really rough. It's very difficult. It takes a lot of effort. And if you don't have the expensive $10,000 a year piece of software to do it, you're out of luck. Too bad. Go away, kind of thing. So, man, a 1 in 30 chance to win filament. That's pretty good if you ask me. That's pretty good if you ask me. That's pretty. On Twitter or Blue Sky, when that thing is done, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll put photos up for you. Let me make sure this person did the math right. Uh-oh. I heard you hit something. That's not good. Jagalo? Brian J., you win! You do have to be present. So we got to see if Brian J. is going to show up in the chat. See if they show up. Andy Cannon Shooter says, if you drew my name now, I'd never know since the spectrum pauses are killing me. Look, man, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. Is it Brian with it? It's B-R-Y-A-N. Ooh, there is no Brian in here. I think they left. All right. We'll re-roll. I don't see Brian. We're re-rolling. That's what happens. Oh, whoops, I gotta shuffle. Crap. The Wheel of Names tends to choose the same thing over and over again if you don't shuffle it. So I need to shuffle it. It's not as arbitrary as we would like it to be. T-Dolts. T-Dolts, you win a roll of Jesse PLA. I need to change Brian's name to make it red. Because they technically won, but they weren't here. Is T-Dolts in the chat. Wow. You all are killing me. You all are killing me. I'm trying to give away free stuff here. I can't even give away free stuff. Fine. On Cologne? Cologne, maybe? I don't know. Jose. Cologne. Cologne? Kalon? I don't know. Tin Talon says the pauses make it hard for some people to watch. Well, I don't know what you want me to do about that. Again, I don't know what you want me to do about the pauses. There's nothing that I can do. Nothing. It is completely out of my control. Completely out of my control. If you have a problem with it, you can reach out to Spectrum. As soon as I'm done streaming, I'm calling them immediately. Like, immediately. So, Scaloni? Joe Scalone. Oh. I went with Jose. And it's not even spelled the way for Jose. Wow, I've got a problem. Well, you win. Scaloni. Joe Scaloni is... That's Italian. It ends in a vowel, okay? It ends in a vowel. Is it Spanish, like Spaniard, or is... It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You win a roll of filament, boss. Reach out to me on Twitter, Blue Sky, or just email me, and we'll get it out here, hopefully by the end of the week. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I wish this was a better stream. There's literally nothing I can do about it. You all have watched the packet loss in action as it's happening. So it's not like I'm full of it, right? You all have seen it happen. It's been live for you. I'm sorry. I wish there was more that I could do. But that is, I wanted to see the Core 1, so there's the Core 1. I guess I could just leave this on for a bit while I call Spectrum and just turn off